Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Tinubu pledges safer schools after rescue of Kaduna pupils. Obi leadership tussle deepens as LP crisis. FAC revenue agencies in 1.7 trillion naira shortfall. And FG to revamp 42 youth centers in battle against unemployment. RAMFAC begins review of revenue allocation formula. President Oke's low-key birthday. Dangote votes 15 billion naira for food palliative. NASU and SANU end strike. Who gets Ondo APC governorship tickets? And how to tackle national debt challenge, says experts. Okay, which story?
Okay, should I start with the FAC story?
Okay.
According to the post-mortem subcommittee of the FAC in its March report, there's a shortfall of 1.7 trillion, and they've traced it to three agencies: in Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, the Federal Inland Revenue Service, and they are supposed to reconcile this. They said the total unresolved amount due to the federal account from the reconciliation meeting held in the revenue generating agencies in March 2024 is about $36 million plus million dollars, or a 1.782 trillion naira. And the NNPC and the Nigerian Upstream Regulatory Commission owe 1.1 trillion of this amount, while the Federal Inland Revenue Service has a deficit of 665.5 billion naira, which is what and they did not specify what caused the shortfall, but there's an ongoing reconciliation effort to get the total amount. I hope that they get all our money. We are following the money. Thank God.
Yes, and I have the major headline, which is our president was delighted. He said he expressed delight at the release of kidnapped 17 pupils of Sangha Islamic School in Sokoto and 137 pupils and teachers of Kuriga School in Kaduna. He saluted the National Security Advisor, Madam Nuhu Ribadu, the armed forces and state governments for the successful rescue operations. And then he went ahead to assure Nigerians that his administration is deploying detailed strategies to ensure that our schools remain safe sanctuaries of learning, not less for wanton abductions. And from the military, the defense headquarters in its statement assured or confirmed that the hostages that were rescued were the same ones that were abducted from the school in Kuriga in Chukun local government area. The military, in collaboration with local authorities and government agencies nationwide, conducted a coordinated search and rescue operation to secure the hostages. And then of the hostages, they were told that 76 females and 61 males were released, and then they will be handed over eventually to the Kaduna State Government. So this is really good news, you know, that they have been released, and we pray for more success going forward. Although we don't really know the details, I don't know if it's a security thing, we don't really know the details of how they were rescued, if also the kidnappers were also arrested because of the rescue, or was it ransom that was paid? We don't know those details yet.
Okay, let me take Ramfa. We have a story. Go ahead, Amaka.
Okay, so I have a SANU, NASU, end warning 7-day strike. Unions direct members to resume work. Members of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Investors and the Non-Academic Staff Union yesterday ended their 7-day warning strike. In a circular to branch chairmen of public investors across the country, SANU President Mohammed Ibrahim directed members of the union and those of NASU to resume work today. The two unions began a 7-day warning strike last Monday, if we can remember, over withheld salaries. Members of the unions in registry, bursary, works, maintenance, security, and student affairs withdrew their services throughout the period of the warning strike. Hostels and university gates were locked, and electricity supply cut off while the strike lasted. SANU and NASU protested the withheld salaries of their members by the federal government. If you remember, all the unions had embarked on an 8-month strike in 2022 to press home some of their demands, right? And the former President Mohamed Buhari administration subsequently invoked no work, no pay. But then with the current administration, last October, Bola Tinubu approved the release of 4 of the 8 months withheld salary. So they are still fighting for this, but it's a good thing that they have decided to call it off and then keep negotiating with the federal government.
All right, so the chairman of RAMFAC, that's the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Muhammad Shehu, announced yesterday that they have begun work to review and get a new revenue formula. Now, according to him, says we are working on the new one altogether. The last time it was submitted, nothing happened, but we're doing everything to ensure it comes out soon. According to the report, there's a horizontal and vertical. So the horizontal is revenue that is shared amongst the federal, the state, and local government. So according to the current law, it's about 52% is given to the federal government, 26%, 26.7% given to the state, while the local governments get 20%. And the vertical allocation currently is between the state and the local government. So some are advocating that the local government are the closest to the people. They need more money, so they need to review that formula such that local government gets more money so they can help development across the state. So we'll see how that goes. But they say that before the end of this year, we should have the new proposed revenue allocation formula for the country. Moving on quickly now to the Punch. Kaduna Abductions AFG plans school safety corps as 137 pupils regain freedom. Grieving families' friends demand justice for slain Delta cops. Olubadan, Olakunle's enthronement process begins on Tuesday. Fans mourn as veteran actor Amechi Mwanago dies at 61. FG plans joint cable protection. Disruption lingers in 6 countries. And $7 billion forex, OPS, as organized private sector, threatens to sue banks over rejected applications. Okay, which story?
So Amechi Mwanago died yesterday at the age of 61. He's known as the father of Aki and Popo, those 2 brief actors. And sadly, he died after a protracted illness. He had suffered some form of kidney disease. There had been, appeals for raising funds for his health, but he battled this and died on Sunday. I particularly enjoyed his movies growing up, and I feel the loss. And I also particularly did not like that he had to suffer such health issues. I wish that there was a package that could have given him more dignity as other actors who died in this manner. I'm hoping the Actors Guild will have an arrangement. We keep having these conversations after one actor dies of a protracted illness over and over. I'm hoping that they'll finally put it in together and have a package for them.
Let's go on a short break now. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.